You're listening to iCannabisRadio.com.
Good afternoon. This is Sam. David's not here. I don't know where David is. I'm assuming he was, there's like something. Okay. There was like some feedback going on. Chris says not to worry about it. I don't believe him. I think he's fucking with me right now. Oh, now it's gone. What'd you do? Oh, you turned the fan. How did that make, nope. Now it's making noise again. Anyways. So yeah, David's gone. I'm like 99% sure he's been abducted by aliens or something, or he's off goofing off somewhere. No, he's actually doing something, I think, follow-up interview with Mayor Mike Donovan, who is running for, what are you doing? Yeah, Christian's trying to fix the radio stuff. Yeah, he's doing a follow-up interview with Mayor Mike Donovan, who's running for governor, and that's what's been taking up a lot of his time. So, and I don't have a guest, so it's just going to be me talking, and I'm assuming a lot of commercial breaks. I'll just be talking to Christian the whole time. No, why are you shaking your head? No. No, not a lot of commercial breaks? No? Just three? Only 3 commercial breaks? Oh, well. Long ones, though, right? They'll take up a lot of time? No? Chris is fighting with 3 dogs right now. It's actually really funny. We have these dogs that come into the studio that belong to Christian. One of them is this giant pit bull named Gnu, who's so adorable. I just want to take him home. I love pit bulls. How do you think pit bulls get like a really bad rap? You're going to have to talk to me, Christian. I have no one else to talk to. You want to talk to me? There, he's going to get the microphone. See, this will be the Sam and Chris show. Aren't you excited about this? You should be excited about this. It's the Sam and Chris. This is going to be the highest rating show we're ever going to do in the history of ever.
I don't think so.
Oh. Did we ever get the rest of the episodes up?
No, we're still working with Microsoft trying to get that fixed, but I think I might just download the files to USB and take them home and edit them there.
No. See? No. A little nerd talk for all you nerds out there listening. So, yes, it's just going to be us and the Sam and Chris. I'm very excited about the Sam and Chris show. This has never happened before. I think it might happen. There was a Sam and Sam show once, and it was amazing. It's just me and little Sam, and we just sat there and talked, and now he has this really big, ugly beard that he, like, carries around with him everywhere, and his little...
You don't like his beard?
No, I'm not a beard person. I don't know. I'm just not into facial hair. I know.
In the way or what?
No, I just like to look at a handsome face, you know? Are you a big bush person? Do you like a hairy vagina?
I don't mind if it's a little bit furry.
Just a little bit, though, right?
Yeah, not too furry.
Yeah, you don't want to, like, be bushwhacking to the good stuff, right?
I don't want to...
Yeah, like itchy.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do when you've got, like a really bushy bush and then like a really bushy beard? Like, what happens? Like, have your hair get tied up in knots? Like, it could get awkward. Wait. Move your leg to the left. Now I'm going to adjust this way. I mean, like, sure, it could be fun for the girl, I think, but the guy, like, maybe like suffocating him. Like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. You like sounded like Ben. If I had any Bane quotes off the top of my head, I'd be doing them right now about eating vagina. You might have been born in the dark, but I have lunch down here every once in a while. Oh my God. This is not talking about hemp and marijuana issues at all, is it?
Not at all. Not at all.
It kind of is a little bit. Have you tried that? Have you heard about that marijuana lube? Did we talk about that yet on the show?
I've heard about it, but no, I have not tried it.
Is anyone, I don't know if anyone out there has tried it. I'm really curious. I want to kind of try it. Did we talk about that last time?
I don't think so, but I've heard about it.
No, well, it's interesting. It's all these, it just has to do with all these great, fascinating new products that all these ganjapreneurs are coming up with. In Colorado's economy now, we are still, we're in the top 5 in the whole country for job creation and all that stuff. And everybody keeps touting this number, 10,000 jobs created. There's a study that came out It was, let me look it up real quick, but it was commissioned by, it basically said, these two dispensaries, these two marijuana businesses commissioned this study, and it was done by Dr. Strauss out of DU. And it basically said that, that there's these two businesses create $30 million of revenue, which is insane. Just the two of them in a year alone. Like, just, between what they pay their employees, the health insurance benefits they're adding onto that, then their employees go out, trickle down. This is just typical trickle down economics, where then you pay your employees and then they go out and purchase goods and services because they're well paid. These aren't the people being paid like $8 an hour. They were being paid, I think it was somewhere around $14 an hour was the average. And they, in between that and then there's sales and then when you create these businesses, what kind of revenue are you producing? Like for your, you're bringing contractors in and bookkeepers and accountants and all this other stuff. And I think I've got it right here. It was done by Tim Colon from Evergreen Apothecary and Colorado Harvest Company, and Ralph Morgan, who also Evergreen Apothecary, Colorado Harvest Company, Organa Labs, Open Vape, these guys. So these two decided to commission this study, and it was the Colorado Harvest Economic Impact Study, and those Colorado Harvest Company and Evergreen Apothecary. And it was just amazing. So they average projected payroll for these two companies exceeds $2.4 million. I mean, that's nuts. That's 8 times higher than the average restaurant pay in the city of Denver. And all this economic growth being created in Colorado. And every single time the Denver Business Journal or the Denver Post or someone else or Forbes does an article about how great Colorado's economy is doing, they never, ever credit this industry. Ever. It's kind of sad.
What about the money that's missing from the taxes?
Well, it's not missing. That's just a sexy headline, right? What they're saying is that they just
don't know where it's at.
No, they know where. No. Let's clear this up first of all. When they say missing, right? So what happened was last year when they were coming up with what, because of Tabor, right? Because the Tabor, we have to ask questions when we raise a tax. So when we ask a question in Tabor, in order to get it approved, you have to say, shall taxes be increased XXX amount. So you have to have a projected revenue, right? Because you're asking these taxpayers. I know that buzzing's driving me nuts. What, how much are you going to get my purse off of it? How much are you going to raise taxes by? Well, I had no idea. I mean, you're taking all these unknown variables and you're trying to fit them into an equation that works, and they had no idea. And so they just picked a lot of this number is a lot of guesswork, and they picked this huge number, right? I think they were going for like $80 million. And so far, we've only come up with like a fraction of that. And so now it's missing tax revenue, right? It's not, the idea that like either A, these businesses are, it's painting a picture, right? Either someone's absconding away with money that rightfully belongs to who knows what, Colorado's coffers, I guess. I don't know where his money's supposed to be going, but it's not missing. It's just not being generated what they thought they were going to be generating. But at the same time, they were basing these numbers off several factors. One of the largest factors is how many of these local municipalities are going to opt in. So every single time, you have a moratorium in Colorado Springs, which is the second largest market in the state. So when the second largest market in the state is opted out, of course that's going to be putting a dent a little bit in the revenue, right? There's probably like 80 or 90 dispensaries down at Colorado Springs, and half of those could at least be, or a good chunk of them could be recreational marijuana, and they're not. They're still medical, so there's a big chunk of your tax revenue. Barely anyone on the western slope is recreational. I think DeBeck is like one of the few ones, and like there might be a couple little towns. I think Craig's looking at it. So that's going to be a significant chunk in your revenue. Even Denver hasn't fully turned over, right? It's still, they have a slow roll that. So when you sit there and you're only, opening up 5 shops a month, that's going to affect your revenue. And also the taxes. Like at the end of the day, that's another thing. If it's cheaper for a consumer to go, well, I could go to a store, which by the way is only open from 8 a.m. to 7. So from the hours of 7 to midnight, you're kind of screwed, right? So what am I going to do after 7 p.m.? I get off work, I've had a late shift, couldn't get through traffic. Well, shoot, I'm just going to call Christian Rosales because he's got great weed. Just kidding.
I do.
He does. He gets it from an elf. But, it's like, I'm going to go down, like, even though it sucks, and yes, you don't get the options. You don't get the variety that you like because maybe you're in the middle for some bubble kush, or maybe you want some, like, tangy or OG grape sour, purple, urple, bedurple, schmookurple. He's just like, you're like, I'm nuts. But you know what I mean? So, yes, that's a factor. But, those are probably the two major factors, right? So when you're limiting, when you sit there and man, you are fucking... Should I just go to a different microphone?
No, it's not that.
It's not you.
This piece of shit.
So when you're limiting, not only where it can be purchased, but when it can be purchased, huge. And hours operation's a big deal. I don't think a lot of people realize, but the dispensaries, and this is anecdotal, of course, but I think the dispensaries in Edgewater, which borders Denver, do the largest chunk of their business between 7 and 10 p.m. Because they're open because they're allowed to be open because Edgewater doesn't give a fuck. So Edgewater lets them in. And, that took care of it. That helped. Yeah. All right. So Edgewater, it gets a big chunk of their money then. So you imagine, so either people then aren't purchasing, or they have to get it from a friend. They're just like, get it that way because you're limited. So again, it's not a free market. So of course, you're not going to be able to capitalize or maximize on the revenue that one would normally be able to do on a relatively freer market. That's the nice Republican argument out there for all you people. And so yes, that is going to significantly impact the revenue. In fact, Representative Dan Pabon has commissioned this legislative committee that's had 2 meetings so far, and to study how the marijuana revenue is being spent. And interestingly enough, the one that they had last week, they had this big giant presentation from CDPHE on the caregivers. And why? But that kind of didn't make sense. Seemed a little weird. Why are we hearing a 2-hour-long presentation from CDPHE on the medical caregiver market if this is a committee to study how tax revenue is being spent, right? So, you kind of see what's going on. They're going to be circling, the wagons to kind of come after the caregiver model, which is unfortunate, It's definitely unfortunate because these are people that, 8 times out of 10 really need access to cannabis. They are, sick, and because they live in these areas that have opted out, like the Western Slope or your more conservative areas, that's when the access to the caregiver market's even more critical. I'm waiting for... Are we good?
Yeah,
we're good. No, it sounds good.
These cables are old.
These cables are old?
Yeah, it's going to keep coming in and out. I don't know where it's coming from. It's
it's okay.
Feedback from somewhere. They can't hear it, though.
They can't hear it?
No, it's just on the
They just hear me and you talking?
Yeah.
Oh, God, these poor people.
Yeah.
They're probably going to, jump in front of a train right now. So, yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. There's no missing revenue. It's just not being capitalized on like it can be. And, these people, what's another one? Oh, yeah, when there's another one, they're now putting in all these, extra restrictions on edibles, which... good or bad, whether you agree with it or not. I mean, every single time now these manufacturing costs are going to get up, which means they add $1 or $2 onto the cost. And, what does that do? Does that send people to the black market? I mean, geez, now I got to pay $13 for a candy bar, and it's going to have all this crappy packaging on the outside, which is wasteful to the environment. To me, I'm screw it. I'll just make my own cookies, right? And all that does is just perpetuate the black market. It's just sort of interesting. We're trying to figure this out, and we have the luxury and also the burden of being the first state to do this. And so that just makes it, we're kind of feeling around in the dark, which is interesting. Kind of excited for that. So I don't know what else we want to talk about. Hemp. Hemp's doing all right. Anything exciting going on there? Kentucky has finally made it so they can, do a little bit of commercial growing, but they're doing it out of the marketing research, which is great. I think Colorado's on that way as well. We've got a harvest coming up. Ryan Laughlin's going to be doing his harvest soon. That's going to be exciting. Very, very excited for that. We've got, I don't know what to fucking talk about anymore. What do we talk about? Talk about politics?
I hate politics.
Yeah, me too. I'm sick of talking about politics. How's your love life? It's good?
All right.
Yeah.
Yours?
It's all right. It's kind of boring as fuck, honestly. I'm not going to lie.
You need some of cannabis lube or what?
I need like a hemp dildo.
So the guys dropped this off today, I'm guessing?
Oh, is this the bong-a-thong thing?
Yeah.
Let's see, what do they get?
Little,
So, do you have a camera? Should
yeah,
we hold it up?
right here.
Oh, hey, camera. Look at that. So it's, what did we get? We got organizers of the 31st Colorado Invitational Bong-a-thong.
It's just a little appreciation. Like,
they appreciate us.
Yeah.
That is so nice.
Just happy about the sponsors that they get.
What?
Happy about the sponsors that they get.
Oh, they do a really good job.
Yeah.
Did you go?
No, I was in Cancun for my cousin's wedding.
Yeah. Oh, Cancun. I want to go to Cancun.
Yeah.
I went camping this weekend. We were at Grand Junction to go visit the family. And then my friend Joe had a wedding. And then we went there.
You went to Telluride, right?
And then we went down to Telluride.
It's fucking beautiful.
It is so beautiful. And on the way there, you just see all these I'd see all these little medical dispensaries in these podunk fucking towns, right? Just right off the highway. Just like one or two, right? So they probably only have like one or two per town. And I'm thinking I wonder it wouldn't take much probably in these little towns to get like recreational on it. Because they've already got a little medical dispensary, right? So they've just got the little... And they're off the highway, just perfect for all the camping people and all the skiers, because it was so on the drive down, so it was like through Montrose, so it was like outside of Montrose, and then like outside of Gunnison and things like that. You just see this little like mini dispensary. It's kind of cool,
Did you check the weed?
No, I don't have a red card.
Oh, that sucks.
I know, I should get a red card.
Yeah, you should.
No, I have a weird thing. That's the other thing too, is that people expect they expect that people are just gonna I'm just gonna abandon the medical, right? But when they just thought that the recreational market was gonna cannibalize the medical market, which is actually not. You don't want that, because there are patients, there are actual patients who need access to this for their ailments. And one of the things they like to joke about in that meeting or that hearing was oh, it's so funny how many of these, these males age 25 have pain. And it's if I was a white guy in my 20s, I'd have a lot of pain too.
Yeah,
probably mental and
emotional
emotional
pain.
pain.
In Colorado, where there's a lot of outdoor sports.
Yeah, that's another thing. Well, the funny thing was they were saying this anecdotally, right? But then they throw up the demographics up there. The average age of a medical marijuana patient is 40. So they're full of shit. It's just they like to make the jokes, but then they throw up the demographics, and it's it's 40. And then they were making 98% of the people on the medical marijuana registry have pain. And I'm I wonder how many of that is a second diagnosis, because the doctor gives you the recommendation, right? So they list every symptom.
Yes.
So if pain's always in there, which,
yes.
if you have cancer
Back
or fibromyalgia,
or
if you have rheumatoid arthritis or all these other things, pain is probably
if it's stopping
symptom of those
stopping you
things.
from doing what you need to do, it's pain.
Yes.
So, yeah, no matter what you come to it, it's pain caused by something, whether it's cancer, busted spleen, torn ligament.
How do
whatever.
you bust your spleen?
I have no idea. It'd be pretty cool though.
It'll probably sound rough right in there.
She was a wild one.
But that's the thing, is they don't understand. Like pain is probably just a second symptom on the larger scale of what's wrong. And so that was rather annoying when they were doing that. But it's just kind of neat, that they. And this is just the things that they talk about. And there's only, 100,000 people on the medical marijuana. I think it's 130,000. So then if you were to look at, what's the population of Colorado, right? Probably somewhere 10 million, 5 million, probably.
Yeah.
Is it?
I'm not sure, honestly. I haven't
We
checked
should
in a
look that
while.
up. But, how much of a percentage of that is 100,000 as a population of Colorado, right? So they think this is this big number, but then you have to think bigger picture. So not only do you have to then break this down to what a percentage of the Colorado's population is, which I think it might be, it's 5 million, 5.2 million. And then, so that's nothing, right? That's a drop in the bucket. And then you have to think, well, then how many people in the general population, right, of these 5 million people are on prescription painkillers? Probably a whole lot.
Almost probably all of them.
I know.
Or it wouldn't be a problem right now.
It wouldn't, exactly. And so, I mean, and then, so let's say, I don't know if that's a demographic we can look up, but even if it was something like, and I'm not saying this is fact, but even if it was 25% of the population, right, is on some kind of prescription medication, and let's say even half of those people, or a quarter of those people, right, so now we're at 1.5 million. So then even a quarter of those people, right, so there's 250,000 are on painkillers. So you're talking about a quarter of a quarter, so 16th, that's still more people. That's still twice as many people as that are on medical marijuana. So to sit there and pretend that this is a problem or that people are abusing it, to me, is so absurd and so laughable. And it just, to me, even if there was, even if you were to do the benefit of the doubt, and let's say 75% of these people are illegitimate, right? They are gaming the system. Who cares? You really going to throw out the baby with the bathwater there and then forsake these 25% who are dying of cancer and AIDS and have epilepsy or MS or have these severe debilitating conditions, and they want this alternative treatment, and you're gonna block them from having it because, God forbid, a 25-year-old might be using it to get high. Oh no. So God forbid he wants to pay cheaper amount for his substance, better than doing that than going out and drinking and wrecking his car and killing people.
Stuck on OxyContin.
Or getting stuck on
not
exactly.
being able to get it, and then going from Oxy to heroin.
And then what was that latest statistic? This is my favorite one. 25%. 25%. The use of painkillers has gone down. Prescription painkillers has gone down by 25% in states that have legalized medical marijuana. That's something we should be celebrating, So we should be maybe we should be expanding the medical marijuana registry, not making it more difficult just so the state can get more tax dollars. Is that really what's important here? Isn't what's important the fact that we're creating jobs out of this, and that we're keeping people out of jail, and that we're keeping people off alcohol, and that we're keeping people off prescription painkillers? Isn't that what should be important? Isn't that better for our economy? Oh, so Christian now says we had to take a break. Thank God. I don't know. I can't keep talking like this by myself. You would think, for me, this is a dream come true. It kind of is, actually. It's a little bit of a dream come true. All right, we're going to take a break. And then, what? Keep talking about shit? Okay, we'll be right back.
The Law Office of Edson, Maton, and Matz provides criminal defense, family law, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running a medical marijuana center, optional premises cultivation operation, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout the state of Colorado. We're focused on providing high-quality service and customer satisfaction. We will do everything we can to meet your expectations. WarrenEdson.com. Edson, Maton, and Matz in Denver, 303-831-8188, and in Aspen, 970-948-7183. WarrenEdson.com.
New things are here from Incredibles. Gummies! Our new gummies come 2 to a pack. Each 2-pack contains 100 milligrams of the finest medicine around. What's more, each 50 milligram infused gummy disc is fortified with 100 milligrams of vitamin C for an extra healthful kick. Available in black cherry, green apple, orange strawberry, blue raspberry, and strawberry banana. Gummies, new from Incredibles. Same great flavors, brand new shape, and now fortified with vitamin C.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it on grass. Runongrass.com.
I'm Gary Johnson, and you're listening to iCannabis Radio, and I want to say, talk it up, Colorado.
How come when you have the commercial playing, you don't hear the feedback?
I have no idea, because it's the mic. It's these stupid freaking
I'm kind of tired of talking about weed stuff, so I want to talk about like some social justice and politics. Yeah, you like that?
Fine. Sure, whatever you want.
All right, whatever.
Whatever you want.
Don't you feel like something's kind of bubbling at the surface right now, politically speaking?
With like how our government's being ran and everything? Yeah.
Well, you got this like, you got Ferguson. You have this sort of like racial.
We need a revolution because there ain't. I don't know. I don't think anything's getting better. Oh, then we're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this. We'll fix this, and the president's going there and they just fuck it up even more.
Well,
They're trying to fix stuff from like previous presidents that it's gonna take more than 4 years to fix. So I don't understand. Like, here, we're gonna put you in this position, but it's already a shitty position. Let's see what you can do at it.
Oh, don't get me wrong. That's something. No, I agree with that. Oh, I was thinking like, just, we've got all these things happening. Like, there's certainly some anomalies going on politically. You've got the incumbent in Hawaii, the incumbent Democrat governor is sort of ousted. You've got in Kansas, which is typically a red state, the GOP nominee for that Senate seat is up and left. What's going on in Alaska? In Alaska, they had their independent candidate is teaming up with the Democrats. And so the Democrat candidate, and this is for their governor, is running for the lieutenant seat, and then the independent's going to run for the governor's seat, and they're teaming up against the Republican. I mean, there's just interesting, really, really interesting things going on politically. I mean, the most well-known one is Eric Cantor losing his re-election bid and getting ousted by this grassroots and Tea Party type. I mean, I think that there's just something going on where, all things that like we've all been talking about for a long time, Nader, Gary Johnson, who is just on our commercial intro coming in, there's just something different. People are now a little bit more politically aware. Information's literally at our fingertips with smartphones and, the social media and the internet everywhere. And I think people are now understanding that you don't always just have to have the two candidates that are being barked at you from a TV commercial. It's just sort of interesting. I think that, like, I don't know. I feel like there's something in the air. People are just sick of the establishment. I think people are sick of every day I read something about somebody's rights being taken away.
Bullshit.
It is bullshit. I was thinking the other day, I got into a debate with someone who happened to think, they're just these riots at Ferguson. They're just playing the race card, and if you just if you're just polite with the police officer and you just do your thing, like everything's gonna, which is not true. The only times I've been pulled over in my life, which, sorry, Mom, it's been a lot, for speeding, and they didn't happen to have my proof of insurance on me, or my proof of registration might have been a little, maybe a month past its, due date, or perhaps unknowingly to me, I may have once been on a suspended driver's license, because of numerous speeding tickets I've gotten. And you know how many times I've been able to walk away from that situation? More times than I should have. But look, it's because I'm a white woman, and, I'm like, oh, tee-hee-hee, I could play the oops, I didn't know card. And yet, if I was a young black male, there's no way I'd probably be dead, actually. I would have been hauled out of the car. I would have had my ass beat. What do you mean you don't have insurance? Fuck you. And it probably would have thrown me in jail. I probably would have been in jail for months. Because stuff like that, like proof of insurance, Jesus Christ. Proof of insurance, that could be up to 6 months in jail. Yeah. And it's just on you. And yet, those are things that, I can blithely get away with because I'm white. And yet everybody likes to think that, we live in this post-racial society. No, we do not. Not even close.
Nope.
And people will never understand it because they don't experience it.
Those people are the racist. Oh, there's nothing. We're not living in a racist world. Really? Okay.
Well, they think that because you're not dragging people out of the street, and lynching them, that's not, now it's not racist. No. Now we just pay people to do it. And they have a badge and a uniform, and because of that luxury of a badge and a uniform, they get to get away with it.
They're not dressed in white and have
hoods,
pointed
yeah.
hats.
They just have a different kind of uniform, right? They just have a different one.
Fucking idiot.
And then because of the luxury, of the privilege of having a badge and a uniform, they can blithely do whatever they want. They can, he was coming after me. This guy do all this stuff. So I'm kind of actually really glad that Denver PD is going to be getting cameras on their uniforms.
Yeah, I think every cop should have a camera and not be able to turn it off or do anything to it to to mess up what the video is using. They can't do anything. It has to go to a third party where they watch all the video, and if they see something's going on, they take care of it that way.
Like contract it out, maybe? Would you want to contract that out to the private sector? Or would you, again, contract it out to another, like,
I have no idea.
public servant? Probably another public servant, right?
Public, yeah, I would say public, because, I don't know, we just need to watch out for each other.
Oh, I agree. I think that, I think some of this stuff's getting a little out of hand. And then, I don't want to be one of those people that, like, rants and raves about, I don't sound like Rush Limbaugh or something. Like, our rights, they're taking away our rights. They're coming for our jubes. They're coming for our guns. They're coming for our jet. No, they're not. Shut up. Like, you're fine, white guy. You're fine, bloviating, fatso white person behind the microphone with all the money and privilege to do whatever you want. They're not coming after you. They might be coming after some people. You're right about that. They're just not coming after your fat ass, right?
You don't have to worry about anything there, buddy.
I know. It's so funny. It's so... it's not funny. It's sad. I don't know.
It's sad that money talks. Like, it just... If you have money, you can get away with a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, and that's something, like, now they're coming...
Money or famous, it seems like you can get away with.
Oh, yeah.
This most stupidest shit.
And that's one of the things that now people are countering with, well, it's not just black people or, you know, people of color. It's also white people. It's just poor people, right? And this is true. They're coming after all the poor people. But, first of all, poverty is disproportionate to people of color than white people.
Yes.
That's just a fact.
Yes.
It's misrepresentation of our population makeup. And second of all, then it should be the poor white people who are like, yes, you should, because after they're done coming after you, then they're gonna come after your ass, you know. And it's so funny. It's they pit them against each other. It's sort of a. You ever read that book, What's the Matter with Kansas?
No.
That's what that book deals with. It basically talks about you know, you pit these two sides against each other, and they're so busy fighting, right? That everyone else can just, you know, the people at the top with all the money can just get away with whatever they want. I don't think we're ever gonna fix it.
No, I think it's broke. I think it's completely broke. You should just take your earphones on.
So I just take my earphones off?
Yeah, you can just hear me. Not that we hear that stupid noise.
Oh, okay.
There we go. That's
Yeah,
better.
it's fine. Yeah. But then how will I know if my voice is getting screechy and irritable? It always is, right?
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Kind of some bullshit.
Shit happens.
Oh my gosh, I'm really excited. I kind of hope, I have this wish that Obama will reschedule right after midterms cannabis. I really hope that will happen. I think he will.
He's gonna leave like, cannabis is legal.
Yeah, that was a pretty good Obama. That was pretty good. I'm impressed. I really do. I think that he's gonna be like, fuck you guys. Like, I'm sick of all this bullshit. Like, I'm just gonna do this. And I don't think, like, executive order, I think he does it. He's got to do something that makes it undone, right? And then it's a legacy thing. It'll be so popular. You know, they'll vote the next Democrat into office. It'll probably vote Hillary into office because people will be so enthusiastic. And they'll know that if you let a Republican in, he's going to reverse that shit immediately, right? So then they'll know, like, oh, there's no way we can touch it. Right? And so the people will be enthusiastic because they're like, oh, you can't let the Republican in because they're going to fuck it up. And it's just going to, you know, I think that, at least I hope, and it's like a pipe dream. I know, I hope a cannabis pipe dream, right? Get it, like a pipe dream, like with the weed stuff. I know I'm clever. Anyways.
Nice pun.
I'm very punny on occasion. Oh, did you see? Okay, I got some. Do you watch Dancing with Stars? Do you watch any kind of pop culture bullshit? Yeah, me either.
I do not.
I have no idea how I know this. Guess who's going to be on Dancing with the Stars? Well, first of all, you're aware that there's a TV show called Dancing with the Stars?
Yes, I've heard and I've seen some of the shows before.
Okay, for all you people that hate and detest pop culture and are unaware of this, there's this TV show called Dancing with the Stars.
Pretty stupid.
It's very stupid. But they basically get people that are quote-unquote celebrities and celebrities doing it for the camera.
Yeah, and then team them up with...
They team up with professional dancers, and then they do these fun ballroom routines. So whether it's the tango or the cha-cha or the foxtrot or the waltz, And then America votes, because this is the only thing America really gives a fuck about, right? Is voting for celebrity dancers on television, right?
With their phones.
Because it's easy, man. Oh my gosh. And then so then, until they crown a winner from some like TV show that you've never heard of that only like 2 million people watch, or like somebody that was famous 20 years ago and no one gives a fuck about anymore, right? So the premise of the show, great television, Americans eat it up. That really makes me have a lot of faith in our future as a nation. But besides the point, I think I might actually watch it this season for the first time because Tommy Chong is a contestant. Tommy Chong. Yeah. So I know. Listen, listeners. Oops. Listeners.
Why would they put him on there? Because they know they're trying to get.
That's what I'm saying. And I think we prove them right. I actually think we prove them right. Like, yeah, it might be cynical. They're going for the weed demographic. And I think we show them that the weed demographic is a very real weed demographic. And I think no matter how shittily he does, I think we just put it out there on social media. Like, you don't even have to watch the show.
Just vote for him.
Just vote. Don't even watch the show.
Somebody send out a mass text when it's time to vote and just vote for Tommy
Exactly.
Chong.
Nobody
even
watched
if
the
he
show.
Sucked.
Exactly. Nobody wants to watch the show even. You just got to be on Facebook. Just like follow one person or follow Tommy Chong's Twitter. Just follow Tommy Chong on Twitter. Does he have a Twitter? We should probably look that up.
Probably, I wouldn't doubt it.
Follow me on Twitter. I'll tweet it every single time. And I think we just show America that there's a real weed vote. And we don't even have to watch the television. We're just like, fuck you. I'm just going to vote for Tommy Chong every time. And I think we just make him win, right?
That would be awesome.
I wonder if he's got good moves. He probably does, right? Like cannabis, probably like really loosens him up a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen some people that smoke cannabis and have no rhythm.
Well, I think it gives him good rhythm. We gotta get the right, like an indica. I'm not a good sativa
some people just don't have rhythm, and I don't care if you smoke weed, drink beer. Have fun on the dance floor.
Do you think they drug test on Dancing with the Stars? No.
I would laugh.
I would totally he's probably like.
I would make it into my routine where I'd pull out a joint or something and light it and blow it out.
Oh, they're probably going to do a lot of that, stereotypical stuff. That's why you shouldn't watch it, right? You're probably going to get pissed off. They're probably going to do some kind of he's going to do a tango to Grateful Dead or something, which would be dope as fuck. Actually, is that a really cool YouTube video of this couple doing a tango to Jimi Hendrix? No, some dope ass shit.
Tight.
But, yeah, I think we just do that. We just get them, we just make him win, right? And we just show them that, it's vote. This is, nothing could be more epitomous of voting marijuana 2014.
Than voting for Tommy Chong.
On Dancing with the Stars. I know. But
Yeah,
now we got to get more weed celebrities into these reality stuff, right? How do we get Woody Harrelson on The Amazing Race? Or how do we get Willie Nelson to be a judge on The Voice or something?
I'm pretty sure Willie Nelson's up for anything.
Oh, he's
that makes
dope.
him some money.
I know. We've got Rocky Mountain Hemp Association has a signed Willie Nelson guitar up for auction.
It's going on this weekend, right? What's going on this weekend on Saturday? The Hemp Awards or Hemp?
Is Veronica doing some Hemp Awards?
I think there was something going on this weekend, like a Hemp something in Boulder or something like that.
I think that's Veronica. I think that's Hemp. The Hemp Coffee.
The Hemp Business Awards or something like that. I don't know.
Am I supposed to know this stuff?
No,
I probably should know this stuff. Oh God, I suck at my job.
You're supposed to be in all the hemp news.
I know. You'd think I would know this. I know. I saw something.
What if you're getting an award and you don't even know?
I doubt I'm getting an award. And if I am, I'm so humble for that opportunity to receive an award that I didn't even know about. I would give the best acceptance speech ever. I don't know. What do you think about award stuff? I mean, should we really? Did you think it's a little?
Yeah, I don't understand why. There's nothing's happening yet. So how you get an award? You get an award for passing out seeds and having some farms started. Well, what have you done with those seeds and that farm? Has anything happened yet? Are you just stockpiling to figure out what you're gonna do? Is that even the right type of hemp we need, or is it a shitty ditch weed?
I know.
What is it?
I know. We got at least 5 years of research first that has to happen before we even get a really good agricultural economy going with hemp. And I mean, I get it. Maybe it's, more activists or I mean, people are still making hemp products. Don't get me wrong. And maybe that's part of it. And I don't, discredit that. I just don't know if, an award ceremony is necessarily that. Now, if you wanted to, as I know we have a trade association, Rocky Mountain Hemp Association. Now, if Rocky Mountain Hemp Association or somebody wanted to say, voted reader, this was voted consumers' choice for best hemp food bar to Evo Hemp or something, or best hemp food product or something like that. But you have to give people a while, and I think it should be something that's open to the public to vote. I think that would make more sense to me. So I don't know. I don't know why you award to there's bad enough that we have all these cups going on, even though those have been dwindling down, except for the THC cup, of course. The Hemp Connoisseur cup is, of course, the primo of the primo.
Yeah, I do like that one. I like how they test and
the blind.
It's awesome. Give you a whole month to test your weed. That way you can actually sit down and figure out,
And even that, is going to
enjoy it, not smoke fucking 30 strains in a week. I don't know how you're going to tell which one's better. Are you going just by taste and smell or what? Effect? Because by the time you smoke that second joint, some people, they don't smoke like regular people. So. And
the Hemp Connoisseur does testing, which is good because you want to test all that stuff. So that's good. They're a little bit more efficient in that. So there's some quality control, which is good. And you might have
something special that will help out a lot of people that you don't even know. Yeah,
and there's going to be, and that is even going to get more sophisticated as it goes on. But I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I think I wonder if, even with beer, I don't know. Even beer, they didn't start doing craft brew awards for a while, right? You got to get the industry.
Yeah, I didn't think they started doing beer awards till I think I started seeing them in 2001, 2000.
Yeah.
That's when I first started seeing some beer awards, but who knows if they were doing that before that because I wasn't drinking.
You weren't, no?
No, I was barely 18 in 2001.
Oh, I was 21 in 2001.
Nice.
I know.
You're buying me beer.
I'm an oldie. I'm an oldie but a goodie. I know, it's,
No. You want to take a break?
I want to take a break. Okay. So we're going to take a break right now. Again, this is going to be a long one. This is going to be about 30 minutes long. So we'll see you again at 30 minutes, and then we'll just end the show.
Are you a medical marijuana patient or interested in finding out how to become one? Contact Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. Conveniently located on Hamden and Tamarack in the Whole Foods parking lot behind Proof of the Pudding. Mile High Wellness offers a wide variety of edibles, hashes, and some of Colorado's top strains. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. 3525 South Tamarack, Suite 110, on the corner of Hamden and Tamarack. 720-382-8516. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it. On grass. Runongrass.com.
The Law Office of Edson, Maton, and Matz provides criminal defense, family law, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running a medical marijuana center, optional premises cultivation operation, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout the state of Colorado. We're focused on providing high-quality service and customer satisfaction. We will do everything we can to meet your expectations. WarrenEdson.com. Edson, Maton, and Matz in Denver, 303-831-8188, and in Aspen, 970-948-7183. WarrenEdson.com.
I'm Gary Johnson, and you're listening to iCannabis Radio, and I want to say, talk it up, Colorado.
We're back. Christian's grilling me about my chirp, 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 chirp love life right now. Oh, it's so sad. We're not talking about that. Nobody's interested in that. Nobody's interested in anything we're talking about, but they're certainly not interested in that. Oh my gosh, so bad. I am gonna I do want to take a minute and tell people to hopefully they're registered to vote. To hurry up and get out there and get registered to vote. It couldn't be easier. You register to vote. Your ballot comes to you in the mail. You fill it out, and then you mail it back. It's so easy. So easy. It's never been easier. You don't have to worry about long lines. You don't have to worry about taking time off of work. It comes to you in the mail. And the nice thing about the mail, too, is then you can Google the candidates right there. You can look and see who's in line.
If you don't vote, you don't have no reason to bitch about anything.
That's the other thing, too. It's so funny. Every single person who sits there and says, well, my vote doesn't mean anything, and it's all rigged, man. It's all rigged. It's all rigged. Like, if every single one of you motherfuckers out there who thought that the whole system was rigged, like, actually voted, you would make a difference. You would make a difference. Exactly. People don't understand a lot of these local races, which are just as important, right? The local races are just as important. Like, when you don't like shit going on in your city or whatever, like, maybe you don't like the fact that there's no weed stores in your town. There's a reason there's no fucking weed store in your town, you idiots, because you put people in city council who don't like it. So if you don't like it and you want to know, you look up. It's not that hard. Yeah, maybe I have to do a little bit of work on your part. Look up who's running for city council in your town. Call them up. Look up their website. See where they are marijuana, cannabis issues. And then if they're not for it, don't vote for them. Get other people in your neighborhood. Don't vote for them. You don't have to tell them. Like, if you want to be sneaky about it, just go, yeah, I hear he kicks kittens. Don't vote for him. Now, that's terrible. You shouldn't do that. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot complain. And if every single one of those people that complained actually got up and voted, they would be enough to make a difference. I know, like, state house races, some of those races are decided by 100 votes, especially in Jefferson County. So if you live in Jefferson County, it's actually even more important. Jefferson County is the swing county in the whole state. So it's the most purplest of purple counties, and whichever way Jefferson County goes, the rest of the state will go, right? So if you want, and that's where our Senate, those are all the races are. So the likelihood of Republicans taking over the Senate is high. When I talk about Senate, I talk about state Senate, okay? So let's just dumb it down for the mouth breathers out there. Just kidding, you guys aren't mouth breathers. Some of you are. But now our audience is obviously highly intelligent Rubik's Cube club members, right? So, Jefferson, those races come down to very close, within 100. And we've got, they may not, and the sad thing is that because it's such a close race, then you got these Democrat candidates who probably are pro-cannabis, but they can't come out for it. They can't come out of the cannabis closet because those races are so tight. And if we were out there making a difference and making our voices heard and letting them know that the marijuana vote is a very strong vote, the pro-freedom vote, it would help, I think, allow these candidates to embrace it more openly out in the public. So that's the thing that, people don't really get, is that the more you have to let them know. You can't just be active on social media. You have to engage with these people who represent you. So write them an email. Talk to their staff. Let them know. Say, it's not just me. I've got 30 other people in the block who, really like this. I think the candidate should represent it. And then these candidates will come around. Because the only people they ever hear from are the old fuddy-duddies and the old biddies with nothing but time on their hands. That's who they hear from. They don't hear from you guys because you're all high on your couch watching Dancing with the Stars, which is great. We want to vote for Tommy Chong. but anyways, that's my little pulpit thing. I just think it's important that people get out there. I think this is a critical election. It is a midterm. It's an off-year election, right? So they're usually not as popular because when the president isn't running, people don't really pay attention. But that makes it even more critical because the only people who then come out are the old people, right? Because they have nothing better to do. And 65 and older will outvote everyone in this election. So we need to show them that, no, this young people care too. And you get the young people to care, it'll make a difference. Yep. And you can't bitch anymore that these people suck, right? And how do the old people vote? They certainly don't like weed. Do you know that that's the only demographic now that is not pro-legalization? Is the 65 and older crowd. Is the only demographic now. Everybody else is over 50% in favor. And that's straight legalization. Straight legalization. 65 and under, there's at least over 50% of that demographic, right? Pro-legalization. 65 and older, they hate it. The reason they hate it is they grew up with all the propagandas, and it's all them kids and them hippies and them
Surprised
slackers.
you still remember with all that Alzheimer.
Yeah. It helps with Alzheimer's, too. If they only knew.
Did you guys hear that, old people?
Yeah, did you hear? No, old people don't listen to us. My mom might, but she's not old. She's so cute. But, and if they're the only ones that are voting, what do you think's going to happen? We're going to get shitty people in office representing us, and we're going to have shitty laws made, and it's going to set back the entire movement another 4 years, which sucks. And nobody wants that. So when in doubt, vote Democrat. Just kidding. When in doubt, just vote. That's all I care about. I don't care who you vote for. Just vote. I kind of care a little bit. Don't vote for an idiot, right?
Yeah, research at least who you
At least
vote.
do a little research. If you have questions, you can always, text me, and I'll definitely not answer. But I think it's just super important, You're not allowed to complain if you don't get out there and do something about it. Sort of like, what else? Yeah. Oh, my mom, yeah. So speaking of 65 and older, and my mom, she's so cute. She was asking me about, sometimes she'll just post something on my timeline on Facebook. Have you heard about this? Yes, Mom, I'm kind of aware of, I try to keep very up, with whatever cannabis stories are in the news. But one of them was about juicing. So juicing the whole plant and how healthy that is for you. So I was like, yeah, it's really healthy. And she's very, alternative healing person. She likes the holistic stuff. And I was like, oh, have you tried it? And she's like, no. And I'm like, oh, you should grow your own. They live out in the desert and mountains. So I think I'm going to get her to grow some cannabis. And this is my mom, who went from one of the biggest fights we've ever gotten into in our entire lives. It was before I even worked in the industry, but it was over marijuana. And I said, her opinion was just that she just didn't like it, and she just didn't think it should be legal because she just didn't like it, right? And my opinion was, well, it's you drink a glass of wine every night, Mom. And, they're wine connoisseurs. They enjoy alcohol. They're not drunks, but they enjoy it to relax and as part of, socializing or just part of their, routine and their ritual. And it's always, high quality. They love their, Argentinian.
The good stuff.
Yeah, they like the good shit, yeah. And, to me, I'm like, it's no different. And so, she went from that, right, one of the biggest fights they ever got in, they just don't like it, just don't. To now, she's, posting things on my wall. And now she's probably going to maybe grow weed, which is insane to me.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. And just to, juice it. I think she just wants to juice it, right? I was like, all right, you can do that.
That'd be really good for
and she
her.
wouldn't even have to grow that. If you're going to juice it, you wouldn't have to grow that great of weed.
No, it's just, I would just throw some organic soil and some
And she
water
could grow it outside, yeah.
Yeah,
You can
she
grow it
could-
outside,
grow it
yeah.
outside, grab some leaves, juice it, let it keep growing until she wants to kill it.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be pretty easy.
Yeah, she don't even have to flour it. She can still get all the nutritions out of it.
I know. So I think I'm going to help set her up and get her some you can grow 12 plants because her and my stepdad. And but the only reason she was able to change her mind is because of education. So here's the thing. If you can't outvote these people, at least educate them. Always talk about it. Don't yell. Just do it in a nice way. And hopefully we can make a difference. I'm super excited for this election season. I think there's going to be crazy things that happen, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. Did we really make it a whole show? Yeah. Oh, my God. We made it a whole show, just me. Next time I'm going to definitely be more prepared. I really did think maybe David was going to come in. I didn't know that it was 50-50. Next time I'm going to be definitely more prepared. I'm going to have a puppet. I'm going to do a puppet routine. Like a Kermit the Frog, sing-along? Yeah? No? What about Bug Greens? Do you think I miss him?
Yeah, might be able to bring him in.
Oh my God, I want to do a show with Bug Greens. Can we do that?
We'll have to ask him.
Okay. I know. I miss him. He's so cute. All right. Well, thanks for indulging me in my single radio host showism. And next time, I promise to be better. Come with more jokes. Come with better material. God, this is the start of my life, right? Oh, God, poor Christian. But I appreciate, thanks, Christian, for standing in for David a little bit. And next week, we should have a guest. I think we might have either Mayor Donovan in again or someone else. I don't know. Someone awesome. Bud Greens. Yeah, Bud Greens. Or Willie Nelson. Who knows? Maybe if I get Willie Nelson on here, I'd be the hero of the whole iCannabis Radio family. Yeah, you would. Yes. Okay, that's going to be my goal. All right, guys. I'll just leave you with that note to register to vote and, try to be active, do some research, figure out who represents your interests in your little community that you live in, because all politics is local. And I will see you guys next week. So peace, love, and hempiness.